Planted the seed of an apple one day. Now I got a picnic to cover my head. Planted a truce on a slab of stone. Well, the world's still there, but the outside's gone. Ain't that a way to make the wheel go, boy? Ain't that a way to make the wheel?
Hello YouTube, Spaceman here, and tonight I'm enjoying a Quorum cigar and a cup of coffee in my cigar mug, which has a nifty little rest here for the cigar. Isn't that quaint? This is a Quorum Churchill cigar. And it's a 7-inch by 48. I want to say the 48's the ring gauge. I'm not an expert on cigars, but I'm sure there's a chart somewhere online for that. I have to look that up. It's hot, muggy. Other than that, it is a nice evening. Clear, well, partly cloudy, but nice white wispy clouds in the sky. Had to see politics again on TV while I was eating dinner. I don't watch TV. I don't like to watch TV. I never watch TV. Okay, I usually buy a DVD, rent a DVD. Very, very occasionally pay-per-view or the like, YouTube, the computer at night, my Kindle when I'm in bed, before I go to sleep. But I live with somebody who does watch the news, incidentally, and I don't prefer to watch it. Neither does my dad. But there is somebody who likes to watch it, and that's cool. If you like the news, that's fine. I don't particularly need to see the news. It just brings about more things to, put in your head that are going on that are bad out there. So they were getting into the political thing again. This time, I guess it's the Democratic nomination now. So I guess Trump got the Republican nomination. Not much into politics, but when I do get into it, I think it's a smokescreen. Yeah, Trump might be paying for his own campaign, and that's different because he's not bought and paid for by a politician like, Hillary and Obama and all the others. But what does that mean? I don't know. When he says he's going to do all these things because he doesn't have to bend to the special interest because he's paying for his own campaign. So when he's in office, he picks the phone. Usually they pick the phone up and it's like, okay, this person or corporation donated $30 million to your campaign, so could you please vote, this way or that way? Then, that's kind of like, the deal is. But with him, I guess it's supposed to be different. I don't know. We'll see. Wait and see what happens if he does get in there. So, anyway, it's a good cigar. And I would like to show you this lighter I bought. I waited a long time to get a nice cigar lighter, and I finally got one. It's a Xikar, and I picked this up beginning of last month at Edwards Pipe and Tobacco in Tampa. This is a 567 BK Pulsar triple lighter, black. Comes in a really nice box. Got a little instructions on how to bleed your lighter before you fill it, and there's the lighter. It's a really nice one. I just wanted to have one good cigar lighter, and there it is. It's got the little cigar punch on it that folds out, the flame adjustment knob, torch adjustment knob, and there is the 3 torches. And I could barbecue a fly with that mid-air. Okay, so that's it, you know. I mean, that's a nice cigar lighter, and I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it. It's kind of, I don't like broadcasting all over YouTube what I paid for everything, and people knowing how much money I spent on this and how much money I spent on that, and do I have an elaborate budget, or do I, you know, have a tight budget, whatever it is. Got a nice cup over here too. Incidentally, I bought this from our Pipes and Cigars, and this is a cigar mug. You set your cigar there, of course. And I got me some Maxwell House Original Roast here tonight. That is delicious coffee. Yes, indeed. And this, with this Quorum cigar, is a quite nifty luxury, isn't it? I was talking about New Jersey in my last video, and how I grew up there and I lived there and what it was like living there, and I grew up in a very strange town, Vineland, and it is a strange town. And if you want to check that out, just go to look up Weird New Jersey website, look up, you know, get the book if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a rather strange town, but I'll elaborate a little bit more on that later on. I'm going to sit here and finish this cigar and let you know how good it is the further down it gets. Usually the really good cigars, the further down you smoke them, the better they taste. That's the bonus you get with a good cigar. Halfway down the cigar, it's getting really good. Yes, it's getting better. I mean, it's not like, you know, a top, it's not a premium cigar, but it's good. It's decent. It's a cigar for the price. I believe I paid $10 for a 4-pack. I wanted to reiterate on something that I did in my last videos about New Jersey, living in the Pine Barrens in Vineland. Excuse me. And how I lived in the middle of a farmer's crops, and he used to farm our land. And I wanted to mention that being woken up in the morning as a child with some kind of farm machinery running real early, like 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the summer, you know, when you were off from school. I used to love when you get off from school and the last day, and you'd have the whole summer off, and the farmer would set up those old irrigation pipes. I don't really know if they still use them. I guess they use a lot of these bigger, like Rainbird, these big things that shoot big jet stream way out across the field. but these particular irrigations, they would set them up, connect the pipes, and set them up where they were gonna be irrigating for a while. And I remember we used to have our windows open, and I remember, you know, we'd have to get home in time, or if we were out, to get the windows shut, or else the irrigation water would come in through our windows and get the room wet. But also wanted to mention about the crop dusters too. I made a mistake in my last video. They were from World War I, the biplanes. Really interesting. They still use them, by the way. They use them a lot out in Arizona for crops, to dust crops. And down at the end of our street, at the end of our block, there was this wooded area. And we used to ride our bikes through the neighborhood during the day, and all of us, me and all my friends, and there was this path through the woods, and they called it the wagon trail. And they called it the wagon trail, I found out later in life, because it was an actual Indian trail, and there was only like a small portion of it left. I want to say maybe a fifth of a mile through the woods, and then it went out into a farmer's field, but or a quarter mile, whatever. But years ago, this trail actually extended, I believe, all the way from Batchtoe all the way down to the Delaware Bay, somewhere in that area. So it went through all kinds of different towns, and as they developed with houses and land, the developers would cut off the trail as you went down. And so it was only like this quarter mile, this trail left. And this developer decided he was going to come in. This was like in the early 2000s, and he was going to develop this whole new neighborhood with these really rich, expensive $200,000 and $300,000 homes. And it's called the Indian, something to do with Indian, he named it after. I don't know, and all the streets are named Indian names. But I'll never forget when they were developing that and they were tearing apart this wagon trail, there was a lot of strange things going on in the neighborhood. Like, people were telling me weird things in their houses were going on, like haunting things. I'll never forget my neighbor telling me, coming over and saying, "Is your house haunted?" And he said, "You know, I got the windows shut, and the rocking chair will just start rocking. There's no, you know, the window's not open. There's no air coming through the room." And there's a lot of weird things going on like that, which I could probably get into more on another video. The other neighbor told me that she could see the floorboards coming up at night on her floor, and just different weird things. And then later, where we tilled our garden in the back, I found a stone, a really interesting little flat stone with Indian shit, with weird symbols on it, which I'm going to bring on one of the videos and show in the future. But anyway, I just figured I'd share that story with you, and I'm going to sit and have the rest of this cigar, enjoy it, and enjoy the rest of my cup of coffee. And then until later, adios, amigos.
But never one day. Now I got a technique to cover my head. Planted the tree, on a slab of stone.